Welcome back to her profit era, where we talk about all things money, business, and building profit you can actually keep. It's your host, Cindy, your financial bestie and fractional CFO. And today I want to talk about 5 ways you can add at least 100K into your bottom line without selling more. Now, everyone online is saying that in order to make more money, you need to sell more. But the reality is, you can increase your profit, money in your bank account without even selling more. So let's get into it. So, step number 1 is audit your expenses. So, for myself, I do a 30-day expense audit. I look at what I need to keep, what I need to kill, and what I need to tweak. Now, when I first started doing this, I was able to reduce my tax software subscriptions by $2,000. So that was my tweak. I also did an ROI with the marketing agency I was working with. It turned out 76% of my clients were coming organically from the marketing that I was doing myself. So I decided to kill working with this marketing agency. Now I was paying them $1,500 a month. So I saved myself $18,000 for the year back in my bottom line profit. I also saved myself $7,200 in ads because that marketing agency was running ads for me as well. I also had someone that was creating content for me, posting on my Instagram page, but I still felt like the content I was creating was doing better. So I decided to stop working with this person. So as a result, I saved myself $8,400 a year. Now in total, by making the kills, the tweaks, I added $35,000 back in my bottom line. I didn't sell more. I just got rid of the things that were no longer serving me or actually making a difference in my business. Now, step 2 is just increase your prices. So increase your prices by 20%. So let's say, for example, you have a $2,500 offer, you increase it to $3,000. Well, that extra $500 for 50 clients, that's an extra $25,000 in your bottom line. Like, it's crazy how you just make these tiny little tweaks and how much of a difference it can make. Now, step 3 is cutting your team and contractor costs. The amount of business I see is spending between 65 to like 75% in contractors and wages. It's so wild because for every $100 you're making, 65 to $75 is going directly to your team. So what's left over for your overhead, paying yourself, your emergency savings, paying your taxes, like there's nothing left over. So no wonder you feel like there's no money in your bank account. So your payroll and your contractors should generate 3 times what they're costing. If they're not, you're losing money. So one spot owner I've been working with, she was spending 65% of what she was making on her team. I did an ROI for her, really looked at her team costs per employee and how much they were billing. I told her to make the changes. Within 3 months, she was able to cut her payroll by $24,000, which is huge. Again, she didn't have to sell more. Now, step number 4 is streamline your offers. I see so many business owners, I'm guilty of this too, having like 5 to like 10 different offers, or you see someone doing something and you're like, I want to test this out, I want to do this. And you end up with so many different offers. So reduce the number of offers you have. Look at your 2 most profitable offers and only stick to those 2. So by cutting back, you'll know exactly where you need to invest your time and energy. And by eliminating the offers that are not making you money, like you're losing money on those. So why do you want to continue offering those? So stick to your 2 offers. Now, step 5 is know your break even point. So break even is how much you need to sell to cover your monthly costs. Now, a lot of business owners, they don't even know what the amount is or what they're spending on a monthly basis. So for example, I had a client, She thought she needed $80,000 per month to cover her costs. Well, once we ran the numbers, she only needed $52,000. So the additional $28,000, that was profit she was not tracking. Now, you can see how easy it can be once you start looking at your business and removing the things that don't add value. So, in summary, here are the 5 things I provided you. So, number 1 is audit your expenses, the keep, kill, tweak method. Step number 2 is increase your prices by like a minimum 20%. Step 3 is cut your team and contractor costs. Step 4 is streamline your offers. And step 5 is know your break even point. Now, if you apply this into your business, you'll easily add money to your bottom line and increase the money in your bank account. Now, you don't need to grind, you don't need to sell more. You just need to be more strategic in your business. If you want more support or you want a financial assessment, send me a DM on Instagram at @CindyKumar. I am accepting clients right now for fractional CFO. So if you are interested in my services or want to learn more, send me a DM. So that's it for today's episode. Test out the methods. Let me know where it works for you and how much you're able to add back to your bottom line. I'll see you next week.